okay. Yo. G'day, peeps. Let's have a look at, hold on, I'm going to do the money speech. Sorry, guys, let me bring that up. Francisco money speech. I don't really know where we are. Do you wish to know whether, let's read that because I haven't read that. Okay. Disarmed victims. Okay, cool. Create the value of their looted money. Men who are the hitchhikers of virtue. In a moral society, these are the criminals, and the statutes are written to protect you against them. But when a society establishes criminals by right and looters by law, men who use force to seize the wealth of disarmed victims, then money becomes its creator's avenger. Such looters believe it's safe to rob defenseless men once they've passed a law to disarm them. But their loot becomes the magnet for other looters, who get it from them as they got it. Then the race goes, not to the ablest at production, but to those most ruthless at brutality. When force is the standard, the murderer wins over the pickpocket, and then that society vanishes, the spread of ruins and slaughter. Do you wish to know whether that day is coming? Watch money. Money is the barometer of a society's virtue. When you see that trading is done, not by consent, but by compulsion, when you see that in order to produce, you need to obtain permission from men who produce nothing. That line is fucking amazing. When you see that in order to produce, you need to obtain permission from men who produce nothing. When you see that money is flowing to those who deal, not in goods, but in favors. When you see that men get richer by graft than by pull, and by pull than by work, and your laws don't protect you against them, but protect them against you. When you see corruption being rewarded and honesty becoming a self-sacrifice, you may know that your society is doomed. Money is so noble a medium that it does not compete with guns. It does not make terms with brutality. It will not permit a country to survive as half property, half loot. Fuck, I love that. Oh, so good. Okay, let's go. Oh, I just want to make more. Let's get it. Hold on. I don't much like how I'm playing, do I don't know if you guys can see. Right, let's have a look at charts for the day, where we are. I didn't get on early this morning because I was getting my cedula organised in Paraguay. That's where I am at the moment. Because getting that, I've got my residency here already. I'm going to get my license and my tax number, which means I'm a tax resident here. Because I'm making my money trading or in businesses outside the country, my tax rate is 0. Strongly recommend you guys to set that up if you're looking to make money and get out of the government's hole. It's not only freeing in terms of, like for me, for example, in Australia, if I was earning there hopefully what I earn on here, I'd be paying 50-60% of my money to the government, which means of the 5 days a week that I work doing this, all the analysis, all the thought, everything, 3 of those days go to the government. Fuck that. That's absurd. So I would encourage you guys, if you are watching this, drop some comments. Happy to share with you my process and how to do that. But there's multiple countries that have those opportunities. There are some countries that are just 0 tax, but most of the ones you'll get to go to are called territorial tax countries, which means they only tax income produced in their country. And if you're a trader or doing stocks or dividends or whatever, usually doesn't count because the stocks will be outside the country. Okay? Good one. So let's have a look at the charts and what we're looking at today. So I've got the VIX up, and I only just looked at this before I came on because of this jump. Like if you, where's my brush? You see this gap, boom, at open. That is fucking impressive. And that's into the pre-market, but that's a pretty big fucking jump. I don't exactly know why. Nothing else has really reacted. It's something to pay attention to. Bonds still sitting high. They're pulling back a little bit. I was so close to adding to my position. on my shorts for TLT this morning. Maybe I bombed out there, but whatever. We'll see how it goes. The ES, where everything's up for the day so far. So that's coming up nicely, and you're seeing a bit of a pullback. Next entry level, you'd probably be looking somewhere around here, the 550. That sort of level, I think, would be a nice pullback and go because you've got that previous high. And if that can turn into a base, that would be good. A little bit lower is probably stronger because you've just got some more hits here. So if you see, if you go along this line, you see you've got hit, 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 reject, break. And then what you want to see is this come back down, play around, and then say, see ya, and go up like that. That would be really nice. I haven't played this one. I didn't get it this morning. But playing off that, you can see I've got the line in there. I just didn't get it because I was out. So I got back a little bit after open. I think I missed that one. I got the Qs. The SPY I didn't get either. And if you were there right at open and you were prepped, this was a really good opportunity. On this retest, I was here for this retest. It just, because it wasn't bang onto my level, I said no to it, which is fine. I like that I did that because I'm respecting my levels more now. The NQ and the Qs, I'm just going to go over the Qs because that's what I've traded this morning. I'm on my third trade on this, and they're moving quite well. So I got one trade in here. I believe it was like the 37 level, somewhere around. Yeah, I think it was the 37. So somewhere in there, I had two positions on that, I think. And then here, I believe I sold a little bit. Yeah, I got two positions. So one was here, and then here when it checked back, I got another one because on the smaller time frame, I don't know if it was the 1 minute or the 5, but you can see very, very clearly after it's played around this level and come up, bounce, bounce, this is holding a support. So you've got a reject here, bang, breakthrough, support, support, and then off it goes. I got in somewhere around here. So this was my first level. I sold a third on the way up. Second level, I sold a third of that second lot on the way up and 50% of the first one, or another third on the second round. And then I got out of the positions up around here, which it was just brilliant trade, like really well managed, very, very pleased. I wasn't exiting on the 1 minute, I was exiting on the 5. So you can see this tail and then followed by a down. I got out somewhere around here. So yeah, like about 30% on that trade. And then I got back in again around here on these tails. This has been really nice today. So I got back in on this second tail around there. I think it was just before the 38. So I've done the 438 calls for tomorrow. So I am up on that trade. Oh, my thing just logged out. Let me log back in. And I'm doing, well, I'm not wearing pants, so I don't want to, well, I got underwear on, but I don't have, I don't really want to put that on YouTube for the trading channel. Just let me approve my login with my 2FA. That is so much fun, especially when you lose your phone. That makes life an absolute ball ache. So how's that one looking? Yeah, cool. So up almost 200 on that trade. I'm almost ready to pull the first third out of that. So this will be the third QQQ trade over the day now. Just under $1,000 on that. I'm down on my, oh, am I? Oh, fuck. Yeah, down on my Amazon trade. I entered into that twice. But this has been beautiful. This is really well managed. I'm super happy with how that's going. It still looks like there's more upside. Could be coming into a bit of a struggle here, but I would expect it to keep going. I don't know where to. Just watching tails now. So I'm just watching how these react, making calls. IWM wanted to shoot to the moon, so it fucking has, which I don't really have any problems with. I'm looking at this on a longer time frame. You just see this thing's just gone fucking vertical. Boof! Shot right through, which is fine. This will be a nice resistance level up here, 205. 210 is the next big one. But I've added twice to short positions on this long term for over a couple of months. And my expectation is definitely that comes back down. I don't know if it'll get here, but if shit starts to hit the fan, I would expect it to come back to that 160 level, which if it does, on a 2 grand investment, you know, I'm gonna make like 20, 30 grand, probably more, which would be brilliant. I don't know that it will. I might even lose, but I think I got about 3 grand in that now. But you can see these levels. It's sort of busted these two a couple of times, so I'm not really paying attention to that. This is still a good one though. You can see it pierced and came back down. Pierced. So if on the weekly this finishes under, I'm pretty happy that that's probably a short-term double top, and I would hope that there's a nice pullback. But a level up here, so you can see how nice this is. This is just gorgeous. Through here, boom. Oh, look at those touches. Like bang, bang, rejection, 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 rejection. Whoa, support. Boom, 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 boom. And then we haven't come back to it since. So coming back to there, I'm willing to add 2 more positions to that trade. But if we get a close, you know, probably above 220, then I would pull out of that trade. Like I said, my longer term is that shit's gonna crash. Amazon, I'm in. Let's go back to shorter time frame, 15 minutes. I don't know how guys do the rectangles across everything. So Amazon, I mean, I got in around here because this was a level I thought it looked good. It was holding, and then it sort of played around and fucked off down. I'm still okay with the positions. I will add another position if it gets to the 172.50, which honestly would be the ideal level before shooting off. I'd be okay to do this as a bit of a swing too, because if it just had a really nice break through there, break, retest, off you go. And if we get another bounce here, it should be a really nice little setup to go higher. Where to? 177 is my target from an old level. But yeah, it might. You can see sort of playing around this level here, and you've got a bit of a hold off that tail. So if it holds there and goes from there, that's pretty good to me. So I'm okay with being down a little bit on that trade. Definitely hasn't violated anything. NVDA, this would have been a great little get this morning. I missed it. I was just too slow because I was out, which I don't really care. I'm glad I didn't try and pull the trigger and rush into it and waited until I had my bearings. This didn't come back to the level, so I wouldn't have touched it. But you see, you've got these hard levels, which is this is like a harder level, and the pre-market levels are sort of like your softer levels. And a lot of the time, this seems to be playing off these softer levels, because you can see where it comes down here, and you've got like this breakthrough here, and then you've got hit, break back down, retest, boom, back through, bang, support. So you've got this level here, which is what I would call a soft level. This stock is playing a lot of soft levels. Like the vast majority of the time, this is what I would call a soft level, and it's playing off them a lot. I don't really want to do trades on that because it's moving so fast. If you play one of these soft levels and you do well, like you're going to make a fair bit of money. It'll be a good little trade. But if it decides to say fuck you, and you don't, like, I'm not playing with fixed stops, I'm just sort of playing off levels that I see, and that if they break and violate, that I'm out. But if this violates it, like, it could very easily just crash back down here, and you know, whatever you're in there is just gone so fucking quickly, you might not even realize. So I'm waiting for hard levels on that. If it touches, Microsoft's had a nice little run. If we get a nice pullback, so it's even that was a nice pullback. See here, you've got this boom, so bang, rejection, boom, bounce off here, and then it's consolidated over there. This would be a break and retest of that level. But again, not what I would consider a hard level. This would be the hard level. This would be the one that I'd like it to come back to, which is why I've got that indicator on there. So definitely options there. ARM is going for the fucking bleachers. It's swinging hard. Coin is still going really hard. Still a little bit painful that I missed this. And my entry was fucking perfect. It's all right. That's the way it goes. AMD, I just hate this stock. But this move off the 20 MA is very, very interesting to watch. You can just see it's got really, really close. Catch it, motherfucker, I'm off. And here it's just been like kissing it. It's just been playing with it. Playing with it. Is it going to fucking go for a rip? Don't. It's not one I'm super keen to play with. If I got a kiss of it and rejection and I was watching, then I'd probably get in. But it's not on the top of my list just for me personally. But yeah, definitely money to be made on that one. Meta, I'd like to pull back to 65. I don't think anything else is really clean enough. There's just too much fucking chop and shit through there. I'm actually going to delete that. I don't really like that level. No, there's a little bit there. 71 maybe, softer level. It's not as clear. I don't like that it's sort of broke, come back through, break, comes back. Yeah, just not a fan. Square, Google, Netflix. Netflix is maybe coming back in a little bit. Yeah, back down that level, I'd probably go it again because this looks this looks very flaggy. You've had this mad breakup, this nice little consolidation. If you catch it at the right fucking time and you get it at that 555 and it decides to break, that's looking pretty bullish in my opinion. TSM's not really doing much today. It's sort of just you've got a bit of consolidation going on here, which is probably natural after that fucking mammoth run. So you probably get a little bit of a flag in there, maybe another run again if everything stays strong. Oil, not really moving too much. More just sort of firming up this range, and you've got that level from back here that wants to hang around 78. I think would be a nice little target for it. And these I'm both short on the long run. JP Morgan, it's good. I got another entry on that today. These levels I was fucking dreaming of a few weeks ago, so I'm really happy to be leveling up on that. Same with KRE. This for me is just fucking money for jam. I would love this to pull back, touch this, and then fucking rock it down. That would just be really, really nice. But if it keeps going, so long as this stays under, I don't know, I'm probably just going to hold these to fail because I just think that the banking sector is so fucked in a few months, especially after this long-term funding shit fucks off. It just seems like free money, doesn't it? To me, anyway. How's my Qs trade going? Nearly 200 on that. So I pull my first third out in another $50. So we're getting there. But yeah, that's how I'm sort of looking at the moment. Qs is what's looking the best for me personally. I don't know what you guys are looking at or trading, but have a bit of a play around, go make some money. Let me know what you're looking at, what your sort of preference is. Are you seeing lines or things that I'm not? You know, what stocks are you interested in? Drop some comments. And yeah, last week was quite good. It was a pain in the ass because it probably should have been double what I made pretty comfortably. But because I missed the two biggest trades, I pulled out of, I think it was TSM early, and I pulled out of coin at a fucking loss, of all things, for that bloody rocket. So yeah, I missed those, but overall it was good. I just finished above my 10,000. Now I measure my returns like that in Aussie dollars because that's sort of what most of my money's in at the moment. So about six and a half US, something like that. So yeah, nice little solid week, which was good. Winning at about 70% of the time, maybe a little bit more. I'd like to see my losses a little smaller this week, and I just want to be a little bit more patient with my levels because my actual win rate, had I waited just a little bit longer, would have been closer to 90%. And yeah, I would have got more than double the money that I made last week. So I just want to give myself a little bit more credit, be a little bit more patient, still stick to the systems, hopefully just not get any of that sort of little flustering and shit that I did last week. So we'll watch this QQ thing this morning. I'm really enjoying the action on that. And yeah, I would love a little bit higher 5-figure week this week. I do for myself is I've got like little rewards and prizes that I get when I hit certain levels. So where did I write that? Maybe. I don't know which book because I missed them. Oh yeah, it isn't here. So my computer blew up not long ago. My Mac went into flames in front of me. It wasn't fun. It was a pain in the ass. So I'm like renting this desktop off a mate here. And I don't have a laptop. I'm down to one phone because I lost that the other week. I was using 2 phones to trade before. Fuck. Anyway, so rented desktop. I'm going to buy a new laptop. I wasn't going to get a Mac because I don't really need it, but I do like them. So I was like, all right, cool. If I have a good trading week, these are my prizes. I get one prize only. So at 5K, they're only small. They're only sort of worth like sort of $300-400. At 10K, you're sort of looking at 2 to 3K in prizes that I give myself. 25K week, they're between 2,000 and 6,000, just slightly different prizes. 50K week, you're looking at 6 to 10, maybe 15. Oh yeah, there you go. Paraguay for a year. Pay my rent up front for a year at 50K, and then I've got 100, 250K, and 500K for the month, and that's. I'd love to have, if I could have a 100K month this year or a 250K month, that would be pretty phenomenal. But I think the 5, 10, well, I've already had 10, 20, 25K week should be very doable. Nearly could have got that last week. 50K week would be a very good week. 100K week would be massive, and I'd have to scale up, I think, my entries and how much I'm risking online to get that. But I do think that's doable as well. I just want to sort of hone the skill a little bit more before risking that next level up. If I get like my rule for scaling up is if I have three weeks in a row where my win rate is, I'm winning 70+% of the time, and my percentage of wins is clearly covering the losses, like last week. So if I have 3 weeks like I did last week, then I'd scale up, and I'd scale up 3 times. So my max risk would go from 3,000 to 10,000 a trade, because the math's working, right? And all I got to do is trust the system. And this is the thing that I love about trading. If you guys haven't been in business, you probably don't understand the absolute fucking pain in the ass it is to scale shit. When you're doing that in bricks and mortar business, even fucking online, it is not easy. It is not easy, and there are very, very solid limits that you come into. But when you can do it in something like trading, all you need to do is put a 0 on the end of whatever you're fucking trading, and you've 10x'd your trade. Like, that's it. Yes, you've got more risk on the table, but if you have a mathematical system that is based on probabilities, that gives you consistent returns, and you don't get fucked out emotionally about it, that's the biggest problem, then it's going to repeat. And that's what I'm sort of hoping to do this year with my trading. But before that, got to be consistent. And you got to have your rules. Work out your rules, work out your system, work out that it's predictable, and then fucking scale. Like, there's no point playing small. It takes just as much effort to make $1,000 in trading. Exactly the same amount of effort to make 100 grand. There is no fucking difference. The only difference is your thought process and how you process it. And if you think, oh shit, 100 grand is a lot of money, you're probably not going to be able to do that. If you think money's a complete load of fucking shit and it doesn't exist, then it becomes a lot easier. Still a little bit, you're like, ooh, shit. But it's a hell of a lot easier when you think like that. Just, if you are doing that, I would, me personally, none of this is obviously advice. It's just educational content showing you what I'm sort of doing, and hopefully inspiring you guys to take a shot and do something like this yourself. But if you are looking at doing stuff like this, having the system first, very important. I probably push myself a little bit faster, but I also understand myself and that I learn better in that environment. I didn't start with money. I traded for 2 months, 0 money, and I was doing every single day. I was doing education before, education after, and learning enormously. And then I started with very, very small trades. Like $100 was my maximum bet. So I was doing $30 each entry. And I was trading very differently back then. Like, I wasn't doing options like I am now. I was scared shitless of options. But doing the options now makes... It's really funny. Things that you're scared of tend to be the things that make you the happiest when you overcome that fear. And I'm enjoying the upside of options because it's fucking huge. Obviously, there is risk there, but I was so scared of this because I saw what it did to my dad. But he also had no education. He wasn't studying it. He wasn't really drilling himself. And I was very, very scared to do the same sorts of things that he did. My whole guidance system is do everything the opposite that my dad has done. And I should do pretty well. And it's generally a pretty good barometer. And so I didn't want to buy puts or calls. I didn't want to buy them. I didn't mind selling them because it was very simple cash flow. But buying them was very scary, and I just thought, oh, fuck it, I've got to give this a crack. Let's go. And in the first 3 days, this often happens to me when I try something new, when we're sort of looking at money and those sorts of things. First 3 days, I made like 45 grand or some shit trading this because I just scaled. It was done. But it should have been a lot more, but my methods and all that weren't good, but it was fucking exciting. And then I gave it pretty much all back in the next 2 days. Because I just wasn't disciplined. I hadn't cleared my rules. But by doing that, it actually helped me define my rules really, really quickly. And the next week I still lost, but was much more disciplined. And then last week, which was my first week, super fucking rigid, I almost didn't lose. It was a very, very good discipline week. And even ones that I lost, I wasn't worried about. I'm going to go because my washing is out on the line. I'm going to make sure none of it's fallen off the balcony. All right, go enjoy your day. Smash it, make it green, drop some comments, like, share, do all that sort of shit, and I'll talk to you later.